Yo, 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 what the fuck is going on? This is Mike and I am the Sports Dope. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at that Sports Dope. And depending on where you're listening to this or watching it, if you were interested in checking out another medium, you can go to mindsofmike.com/thesportsdope. There you'll find a bunch of social media icons. And if you happen to be listening to this on iTunes, you find the YouTube there. If you catch this on YouTube, vice versa, iTunes, take the shit on the go. From what I understand, I can't verify it though because I don't have an Android. If you look for Minds of Mike on Google Podcasts, you'll be able to find this. I don't know. Can't verify it. But they sent me an email saying that the stream was live. So there you are. There's another fucking method. Speaking of that website, though, that I put together in a very shitty fashion, gonna get spruced up real soon, courtesy of one of my good friends, Andrea Fowler, and you can find her stuff at AndreaFowlerDesign.com. Fowler is Fowler. She's a graphic designer, web designer, and she's fucking awesome. So hit her up if you need anything. She's also on Instagram at Andrea Fowler Design. So that's it. This is Week 13 daily fantasy shit. We're going to do it a little bit differently this week because it is Thanksgiving. Also, it is pretty fucking late on a Tuesday. Tuesday's usually my night of catch-up sleep. I work in construction, so I'm usually out the door at about 5:30, 6 in the morning, somewhere in between that range, depending on how many times I hit the snooze button because I got to be at work at 7. So Sunday and Monday nights are usually pretty fucking rough for me. So Tuesday's usually my equalizer, my catch-up night. But because it's a short week, because, we got the Thursday night game, right? That's what we got this week. We're on a short week, so we got to rush to preparation. So we're doing everything, watched that entire shit game last night while I was doing some of my research. And here we are Tuesday night trying to record both. If you're watching this on YouTube, you will notice I'm wearing the exact same fucking thing as I am in the Picks podcast because I just wrapped that up about 8 minutes ago. So anyway, I spent about 40 minutes talking over there because there are no buys this week. I spent all day talking at work, running some meetings, so my voice is shot. My throat is killing me. I didn't realize that talking this much was that much of a pain in the ass. And also, I'm kind of yelling a little bit because I get fucking aggravated and amped up when I'm talking about this shit for no real reason. Just, I don't know why. I just do. So let's run through, recap it real quick, and we'll talk about what we did last week. Nothing really looked good for us last week. Gonna be honest, straight out the bat, not straight out the gat. That's pretty funny. That's like a rap lyric. Straight out the gat, wearing a hat like a fat dude with a gat. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, that was terrible. Good thing I don't know how to edit, because otherwise I would edit that shit out. Talking about last week, none of the lineups really did much of anything. Let's talk about the non-millionaire maker, the Sunday to Monday one. Maybe you do that with your buddies. That's how my buddies roll. Maybe you find like a different contest. But these include the Sunday night and Monday night games. And, we did something a little... Well, I'm just going to call it stupid right now because that dude had a terrible fucking game. It was gross. And that's Jared Goff. We stacked him with Cooper Kupp. Listen, I thought Baltimore... Look, I thought the Rams had a good shot. I thought they were in a good spot right here. I certainly didn't expect Baltimore to beat the shit out of them. But I thought that if the Rams were going to be successful, it was going to be because Jared Goff was successful. And guess what? Neither of them were successful. The Rams scored 6 points to Baltimore's 45. It was disgusting. And Jared Goff didn't even break 10. Didn't even break 7. Didn't break 6.4 because he had 6.38. Paired him up with Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp had 9.5. So for our stack of quarterback and wide receiver, we wound up with a whopping 15.9 or so. So terrible right out the fucking gate. David Montgomery, I thought he was going to run a little bit better on the Giants. The Giants have a little bit of a fat middle where they could stop that shit. And it seemed like Trubisky was really more interested with passing it to Tariq Cohen like 40 times for 12 yards. And that was their run game. In Philly, we had Miles Sanders. I thought if Philly was going to be successful, it was going to be because of Miles Sanders, because of all the injuries to their to the receivers. But yeah, no. Instead, he just threw the ball a million fucking times to Zach Ertz, and he had 90 yards at a touchdown, and he was in our tight end spot, so that kind of helped us out. But I thought both of those guys were going to get a little bit of burn against a rough Seattle offense or defense, but they didn't. They did not. Well, Zach Ertz fucking did. He put up 27 points. Miles Sanders 11.6, not terrible, but we're looking for at least 20 plus. In the wide receiver spot, we had looks like Dak Prescott's new favorite target, and that's Randall Cobb. Amari Cooper's been banged up. Plus, Amari Cooper did dick in this game. He didn't get. I think he got like 2 looks, and that was it. He had 1 almost catch that got overturned, and that was about it. But Randall Cobb had 4 catches, 86 yards in the elements. Next up, we had Jamison Crowder. Look, he looked amazing 1 week, and this week he had 2 catches, 18 yards. And everybody else was eating around him. He was the odd man out. I don't know, maybe Oakland focused on him because he was the guy last week, and maybe that's the only thing they focused on because it seems like everybody fucking else got in the end zone. But Jamison Crowder did not. 2 catches, 18 yards, 3.8. Terrible, terrible, terrible. We talked about Cooper Kupp. We talked about Zach Ertz. In our flex spot, man, we picked the wrong Tampa Bay receiver, didn't we, there? Mike Evans, 50 catches, 50 catches, imagine. 4 catches, 50 yards, 9 points, nothing great there. And we paid up for nothing great. So, I'm a fucking moron. Sorry. So, we got the Jets D there. That was actually a solid call, 18 points. Yeah, I did not see the Jets dominating like that. I thought they would have a very good game, but I did not see that coming from them. 18 points was solid. Let's see. So we scored 103 points. Let's see what won. 207. We were way fucking off. He had Baker and Jarvis Landry. Solid. Derrick Henry, Kamara. Kamara didn't do much. Chris Godwin. Yep. Tight end Demetrius. That was just fucking shoehorned in there. Whatever. Yeah, solid. Yeah, whatever. Solid for that guy. So, anyway, 100 points off the lead. That one was not good. Didn't work out. Let's see. Next up, we've got the Millionaire Maker for Sunday. We got a little cute. And let me tell you something. If it would have worked out, it would have worked out fucking nice because a lot of the supported cast did pretty decently. But, yeah, this one, we had a couple things not really work out for us here. So, let's talk about it. We got cute, and we went with Jeff Driscoll and Kenny Golladay as our stack. Hey, it was better than Cooper Kupp and Jared Goff, who cost more. Jeff Driscoll, 3 turnovers. They actually wound up losing in Washington. Disgusting. He had a passing touchdown, 200-plus yards. And he had like 60 yards on the ground. Not bad. 15.5 and change. Kenny Golladay, only 4 catches, 61 yards, 10 points. Nothing too crazy. Our running backs killed it, though. Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry. 28 points for Nick Chubb, 32 for Derrick Henry. Each of them, one touchdown for Chubb, 2 for Henry, ton of yards all around. Man, these guys both fucking murdered it on Sunday. That's what I'm saying. If Driscoll would have came out a little bit, thrown a couple touchdown passes, and Kenny Golladay would have been the recipient, whole different ball game here. We also would have needed Taylor Gabriel to do something. He didn't do shit. He had that 1 catch in the first half for 19 yards, and I was like, oh, maybe he's going to stay involved and maybe get 4 or 5. Nope, that was it. That was the only time he touched the ball. We talked about Kenny Golladay, and Josh Gordon was our other one. Man, I was hoping that he was going to pull through. But Seattle just didn't look good altogether. All the receivers, none of them really did much of anything. That was an ugly win for them, but, they got it, so that's cool. They're keeping my ticket to win the division alive, so, yeah, keep that going. Our tight end, he did score a touchdown, Ryan Griffin, but he didn't really put any yards on the board. 3 catches for 13 yards. One of them happened to be a touchdown. That kind of saved it, but still 10 points, not really what we're looking for. Flex spot, Alvin Kamara, 19 points. Didn't get in the end zone. Bunch of catches, about like 100 and change all-purpose yards. And for the defense, we went with the Bengals. 3 sacks, a pick, and a couple, just a couple points given up, 6 points total. So in the Millionaire Maker, we came in 77,000th place out of, so it would be like 100,000 people, like 177,000 people out there, just about 176,470. So we came in 77,000th place, and let's see what the score was for the person who won. We had 127, and the winner had 229. So once again, we lost by about 100. This guy was rocking Baker and Jarvis. He also had DJ Moore and James Washington, Jared Cook, Nick Chubb. Wow, what a lineup. Bo Scarborough was the low man. But yeah, solid lineup for this guy, man. Woof. So that's it. That's the end of the recap. Let's talk about what we're doing this week. So typically, what we do each week is that we'll talk about the Millionaire Maker, and then I'll give you a Sunday through Monday lineup. But because this is a special week, you need something to keep you going on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving has a huge contest also, so we're going to do a Thanksgiving Day special, and we're going to do the Millionaire Maker like we usually do. So, with Thanksgiving coming up first, it's called the... Let's see, what's it called? Shit. I fucking got to pull the website up now. But anyway, I'll start talking about the people. So, for the Thanksgiving Day game contest, we are going to go with a quarterback wide receiver stack of Josh Allen and John Brown. Look, the most expensive quarterbacks are Breeze and Ryan. Guess what? I don't like Breeze, and I don't like Ryan. Not without Julio. It doesn't sound promising for Julio. Yes, the Wishbone Classic. There it is. So the Wishbone Classic is what we're playing in. So let me close that website, go back to the sheet. Anyway, Josh Allen, John Brown. Josh Allen, $6,200. John Brown, $6,300. Favorite receiver, Dallas' secondary, not really great. Somewhere around 20th. And I think John Brown can have a big game. I think Dallas is going to be up most of the game, so I think they're going to be passing a lot. And when they're passing a lot, the Dallas defense, if the Buffalo offensive line can give Josh Allen enough time, then the Dallas defense will fail to cover the wide receivers, and he will find John Brown. It's just a thing that's going to happen. That's just a fact. That's just life in football in Dallas on Thanksgiving against the Bills. So to open it up, we're going with Josh Allen, John Brown, quarterback, wide receiver stack. We're going to stay in that game for the first running back, and we're going with Zeke. Buffalo is a little susceptible to the run, and I do like Dak throwing the ball, but I think they're going to try and focus on the run here. I think they're going to want to put their workhorse out to show on the big holiday when everybody's fucking watching football, and that's Zeke right now. So I like Zeke for $7,400 in this spot. Next running back, we're going to the early game. We're actually going to go with Tariq Cohen. And if you look at what they did last week, they threw it to him like 10 times. Like 10, 11 times. And they were all short gains. But that's like runs. And you get a point for it, with the PPR. So, and he ran the ball a few times also. If he breaks one of those, which against the Lions, I could see happening maybe twice. You can get 2 giant touchdowns with Tariq Cohen. That's a recipe for a win right there. So give me Tariq Cohen on this one for $5,000. We already talked about John Brown. And so now we're going to move on. And we talked about this guy too. Randall Cobb. He's Dak's favorite target these last couple of weeks. And I don't know if that's just because Amari Cooper is not 100% after his injury. But either way, Randall Cobb has been killing it. And he's only $5,000. And I would like to think Tre'Davious White's going to be all over Amari Cooper tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but Thursday. So, depending on when you're listening to it, it's Tuesday night for me. So, yeah, I like Randall Cobb. Give me Randall Cobb, $5,000. Next up, we are going to go with wide receiver Russell Gage. Russell Gage, he is the third receiver since they traded Sanu on the Falcons, and it looks like Julio's not going to play. And let me check something out here. And Julio's not going to play, so Calvin Ridley's going to be the number 1 guy. Number 2 guy, Randall Gage. And you know what else? Austin Hooper's not playing. Their running backs are kind of shot. I think that they're going to be... I think the Saints are going to want to beat the shit out of them after the opposite happened. After the opposite happened the other week in New Orleans. So, if the Saints are beating the shit out of them, Matt Ryan's going to be chucking the ball. And if Matt Ryan's chucking the ball, and who's going to catch it? Either Calvin Ridley or this Russell Gage character. And for $4,500, I like that shit a lot. In the tight end spot, we are staying in that game, and we're going to go with Jared Cook. Jared Cook on New Orleans. Like we talked about before, Drew Brees, not really the downfield chucker that he used to be. So give me the old tight end. Run 10-yard out routes, maybe catch a touchdown. We get 4 or 5 catches for like 40 yards and a touchdown, should be mint. I'll take that. Especially because the guy in my flex spot, Alvin Kamara, is going to do all the rest of the damage in that game. Aside from Michael Thomas, obviously. Michael Thomas is going to do his thing. But it's going to be pretty much Kamara, Thomas, and Cook. All the guys are short within fucking 15 yards of Drew Brees. Give me Kamara, $8,100. I like him to catch a ton of balls, run a bunch of balls. Latavius Murray does eat it to the goal line stuff a little bit, but let me get Alvin Kamara to break one. And also just rack up the yards and the catches. Final spot for the Thanksgiving Wishbone Classic. We're going with the Bears defense at Detroit. Only $2,500. I couldn't believe, honestly, that they were not the most expensive defense on the board, given their pedigree and given the fact that they're going to be going against a third-string quarterback. Listen, this is national TV. They still want to win. They still believe. You know who doesn't believe? The Lions. The Lions don't believe in a third-string quarterback. The Bears are going to go in there, and their defense is going to destroy them. This is criminal that their defense is not the most expensive one on the board. I have no idea why it's like that. You know, Atlanta's still going to put up points on the Saints. Buffalo's still going to put up points on the Cowboys. There's a chance Detroit doesn't score in their own fucking building. They don't have a running back. They have 3 receivers, but nobody to throw them the ball. Fuck that shit. Give me the Bears defense. Okay, so we're rounding out the Thanksgiving Wishbone Classic lineup. We're going Josh Allen, Zeke Elliott, Tariq Cohen, John Brown, Randall Cobb, Russell Gage, Jared Cook, Alvin Kamara, and the Bears defense. All right, let's dive in. Now, the Millionaire Maker. I'm going to fucking run through this shit because some of these picks are embarrassing. And you know what? I don't care. This lineup could fall flat on its face or it could win $1 million fucking dollars. You know I'm going with my quarterback for this week? The Red Rocket is back in town. Give me Andy Dalton. Pair him up with Tyler Boyd. If you listen to the Picks podcast, you know I'm not high on the Jets this week. You know, when you have such an emotional high, a lot of times that shit's following a crash. I'm reading that Andy Dalton's coming back to play for Finley. And Tyler Boyd is a fucking monstrous receiver out there. The Jets secondary is pretty weak. The Jets haven't been on the road in a while. Not in a hostile environment like this. Winless Cincinnati. Are they winless? I think they're winless. I'm going to have to look that up. But, yeah. So, I think Andy Dalton, he got benched. He's going to want to show that he's not a piece of shit. Yeah, the Bengals are winless. I don't know why I even question that. Obviously, the Bengals are winless. They're a winless team, hungry. I like Andy Dalton to throw like 2 or 3 touchdown passes here. He's only $4,700. Yo, maybe even A.J. Green comes back. He sees his boy, the Red Rocket, riding out there. They want to get a win. They don't want to finish. They don't want to go 0-12. 1-11 sounds much better than 0-12. So, yeah, give me Andy Dalton. Give me Tyler Boyd. Pairing those guys back up. And 4,700, 5,500. I think that combo gets me 50 points on the cheap right there. And because I'm on the cheap, this is what I could do right here. I could go Christian McCaffrey. Fucking cheat code in this game. I don't care that he's $10,500. He guarantees me 30 points every week, and that's what I want. That's what I want from somebody I'm paying a shit ton of money for, and that's what he gives me every fucking week. So give me that. Christian McCaffrey, $10,500. I don't even got to talk about it no more. Next up, I'm going with Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon. Kind of disgusting. $6,400. He's working himself back into game form. But you know what he's got? He hasn't played half the year. He's a little fresher than everybody else. I think he's got a little more pep in his step. For $6,400 going against a defense that's pretty much only got Von Miller and one cornerback and Chris Harris. They don't have a great linebacker. Not good against them. No. Give me Melvin Gordon. I think he gets 2 touchdowns this week, and I love it. Starting in with the wide receivers. This is a guy that I've liked every week. And I like him still because the secondary that's coming to town is not good. And Ryan Fitzpatrick's a madman. And I'm talking about Devontae Parker. Give me him against the Philly secondary for $5,700. I like Philly to come out swinging in this game and take a lead. So when Philly's swinging, taking a lead, that means Fitz is slinging. Slinging it to Devontae Parker. He could catch like 8 or 9 balls this weekend. I could definitely see that. Give him a touchdown on top of that. Boom, that's already 15 points, and you don't even have yards counted for yet. So give me Devontae Parker. We talked about Tyler Boyd. Yo. Derrick Henry's a beast. He ran the shit out of the ball last week. Indy's pretty good against the run. They're terrible against the pass. Ryan Tannehill has looked pretty good. After taking over from Mariota. And this receiving core of the team is the ones that's benefiting. I like Corey Davis in this spot. going to Indy. They don't have a real like dominant corner, and he's been getting a couple targets every week. He's on the cheap, $4,000. I think that he can put up some points this week against a rough secondary in Indy. And I think that game's going to be tight. This could come down to like one crazy touchdown, and Corey Davis could be the guy that scores it. Tight end. So the Giants are actually usually good against the tight end, but that's heavily to do with Jabril Peppers being a pretty good safety and being in the middle of that field. Jabril Peppers, he suffered the Matt Stafford disease of a broken back somehow. Got a couple spinal fractures or some shit, so he's pretty much done for the year. He needs to get that shit fixed. And Jimmy Graham's coming to town with an Aaron Rodgers slinging him the ball, who looked like a complete fucking fool last week. This whole offense looked terrible. So I expect them to really turn it around and go hard at a defense that's bad. And it's got injuries, and it's just bad. So give me Jimmy Graham in the tight end spot on the cheap, $3,800. You give me a touchdown and like 4 catches and like 50 yards. I would love that out of you, Jimmy Graham. And then when they're up big, the guy in my flex spot, Aaron Jones, $6,800, he's going to run that shit home for him. Because, again, the Giants, I don't think they got it in them. I think they're kind of just going through the motions at this point. Even the kicker, who was good a couple years ago, just not even fucking giving a shit about kicking. Last up, we got to pick a defense. This defense is going to rally around their fallen soldier, their kicked-out comrade, the man swinging helmets, and that's Myles Garrett. And that's the Browns' defense. They're going back to play the team at the scene of the crime. Well, it's not the scene of the crime. It's the other stadium. But the team from the scene of the crime. And I think that game's going to be fucking ugly. And when it's ugly, it's low scoring. And it sounds like Pittsburgh's going to start that Duck Hodges guy instead of Mason Rudolph. Probably a smart move, but still, he's the third string quarterback. He threw one monster pass, or one pass to a guy who did a stiff arm. So it's not like he did the stiff arm. He just got the ball to the guy, and the guy fucking ran it. James Washington. But I think the Browns could really put a hurting on them. And not physically, not like swinging helmets at bare heads. But I think the Browns defense could put a hurting on a struggling Pittsburgh offense in their own building, and I think they want to. So that's so much of, like, because, when you're a grown-ass man, you go to work, sometimes you're just like, I don't got it today. And I'm sure when it's week 13 in the NFL and you're pretty much out of it and you're down to your third string quarterback and you've got a couple of injuries and suspensions and shit, you're like, oh, man, I don't got it. And Pittsburgh could be feeling that right now. I don't know. Tomlin's got to motivate him somehow. I think the Browns are going to be really up for it this game. And I like the Browns at $2,600. So that's the lineup for the Millionaire Maker. We're going Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket. And Tyler Boyd is our stack. Christian McCaffrey, Melvin Gordon, Devontae Parker, Corey Davis, Jimmy Graham, Aaron Jones, and the Browns defense. All right. That's all I got for this week. I just yelled for 40 minutes on the other one. It's about 23 minutes now. I'm going to cut this shit. I'm going to be out. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hopefully you're going to see your family and you're chilling and you got nice big turkey. And, appreciate anybody who listens to this. So I'm thankful for that. All 4 or 5 of you. And, yeah. Peace out. I'm Mike. I am the Sports Dope. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at thatsportsdope. Mine's at mike.com/thesportsdope. That's where you find a bunch of social media icons, including YouTube and Instagram. I already said Instagram, though. I meant iTunes, Reddit comments. I got a Reddit username thing. And that's about it. Peace out, everybody.